What's going on, everybody? It is your boy. Welcome in the Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews, baby. And of course, you know who I am. I'm Mr. Fat Boy, aka the Boricua, baby, aka the Shield Freeman at Fragcom, aka there's a timestamp when the actual review starts. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. And if you just stumbled upon this channel, come on in, baby. Hit them like and subscribes, baby, like we say down south. Join the Fat Boy family. We love to have you, a place of positivity, of energy, and I promise you my best effort. Don't forget the notifications, because I put in the work, baby. Work, work, work. If you want to sample this new release from Hugo Boss, you can at fatboyfragrance.com. Fatboyfragrance.com, where the customer is always right, baby. Take care of the customer. Fatboyfragrance.com. Okay, let's get all up in this one. Let's not mess around. And you know how we do it, baby. No edits, no do-overs. I do one take, and I always get it right. Fatboy Fragrance Review starts now. We are back. Let's get up in this review on a new release from Hugo Boss, from the Boss bottle line. I literally have, I don't even know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Hugo Boss bottles, I think, total. That's a lot, you know, and I have pretty much everyone that's come out in the last 3 or 4 years. I've been keeping up with them. I don't have all of them, but I got a good bit of them. All right, so this one is the newest one, and it's called Boss Bottled Beyond from Hugo Boss. There's a good look at the bottle. There's the bottom and there's the top. And this one is just like the other ones. I love these. You know how much I love these little twist off. You can twist off the top and you can decant very easily if you are a decanter like me, or if you just like to make your samples and give some to some people, or if you're a giver, who knows? Whatever it is, that's always a plus when it comes to these. Makes life easier, keeps your sprayer from going bad over time, keeps it from leaking too, in my opinion. Less juice loss too when I'm making samples. So I think it's a great advantage for anybody, in my opinion. All bottles should come like that from now on. Okay, so like I said, here's the Hugo Boss. This is the big 200 ml. The biggest difference is they use a lot less glass on these. I'm guessing because if you compare the sizes here, this is a Boss Bottle Pacific size, and that's the new Boss Bottle Beyond. So it's definitely smaller, but stouter, and it's still the same amount of juice in here. This one's a lot smaller, so it take up a lot less space. I do like the 200 mLs when I can get them. They just tend to work better for me. This one set me back. I think if you buy this at retail right now, you're looking at close to almost at $200 for this bad boy, $180 I think, something like that. So very expensive for a Boss fragrance. Fragrances are getting more expensive, guys. It's just one of those things. It's you know, it's the price we pay sometimes. But this is not a high-end line here. This is just a regular Boss bottle line. Now, most of the Boss bottle lines, what I expect out of them is give me great. A great day with the fragrance. I want to have a good time with it. Smell great. I'm not expecting anything life-changing, but what I will say about most of the Boss bottles, going all the way through all these, they all smell unique. Every one of them do. Every one of them has a different uniqueness to them. So let's see if this one can bring some uniqueness to it. I think I wore this fragrance for 2 days, and then another day at home around the house. I wore twice to work and once around the house. All right, so the notes on this one, super easy. You're looking at ginger, wood notes, and leather and wood notes, and that's it. Ginger in the top. I'm sure there's other notes in here, but these are notes that Fragrantica's providing me with. That's what I can go with for now. I do pick up some other things in there too, and I might share them with you if I can pick them out and actually know exactly what they are. Okay, so let's put in the skin, and put it in the air, and I'll tell you about the journey I had with these for 2 days, okay? Damn, this one in the air, I tell you, this one, When I first sprayed it on my live stream, I was like, wow, that ginger's really, really nice. But what you don't really realize about this fragrance is that the opening has ginger, wood notes, and leather all in it in the opening. When you first spray it, you smell all three of these. But what you get out of this fragrance, in my opinion, is almost this, it's really, 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 really light. But it's there, and you can smell it in the air right now. It kind of smells exactly like it. If I could find it, I would show it to you. But I don't know where it is at the moment. Is it behind here anywhere? I don't know where I put it at. But Ganymede. It reminds me a little bit of Ganymede with a ginger bottom on it. A gingery, kind of leathery version of Ganymede. And to me, that is a phenomenal combination. That is the opening you get with this fragrance. This opening really, I thought, was setting me up for an amazing time. I was like, wow, we might have the best fragrance. This might become my new signature scent. This is crazy. I had to wear it the whole day to really get the experience with this one. As it sits on my skin, it's less like Ganymede and more like a designer kind of boss fragrance, which isn't a bad thing. This one, to me, harkens to be a little closer to, say, one of the Polo fragrances, like maybe Polo Red, EDP. That's the kind of vibe I get off this one. Very designer-like. It's going to have a sweet opening with that ginger, and the ginger's done really well. As far as ginger notes go, this is a good ginger note for sure. But that oud and that leather and that wooden notes, and the wood notes, not the oud, but the wood notes and the leather notes in there complement this so well. So well. So when I sprayed it and I wore it to work, I walked in and I was like, about 30 minutes after having it on, I was like, where is the fragrance? I really can't smell it. And I had to go really on my skin and go, it's barely there. So right off the bat, I knew that either I need to respray or this was a dud. And I resprayed it, and 30 minutes later, same kind of thing. Where did it go? So what I will say about this one is the performance on this one might not be up to a lot of people's standards. I'll give it a grade once we get to that part. When I did get it kind of going, I had to respray this a good bit during the day. And the good thing about respraying it is you get that opening and get to experience that again. I'll tell you, that opening is phenomenal. It's one of the best openings of the year. Probably one of the best opening, probably his top 3 best openings on the Boss bottle line, period. Where this one falls flat is in the performance. It really doesn't kind of give you much of that. It becomes more generic as it dries down. That opening is really nice. It's a ginger, it's a sweet, woodsy, leathery fragrance. Not as nice of a leather as, say, as Azzaro's Forever One's Elixir. That one was a total great ride with raspberry. Ginger's a good note. I mean, you have to go somewhere with this one. This one is probably one I would prefer to wear now in the fall. That's when it really needs to be worn. It's a casual fragrance. I don't see it being a dress up, even though it has a little bit of that Ganymede vibe. It just doesn't come off as a dress up formal fragrance to me. All right. So the second day I wore it, really, and the first day, no reactions from nobody. I don't think I was projecting hard enough really to get people to smell it, and I wasn't really close to a lot of people. The wifey, she could smell it on me when I got home. I probably sprayed it so much on myself that it was there and it wasn't going anywhere. But overall, the reactions to this fragrance from people, non-existent. It was really kind of a really a muted kind of vibe with this one. It has a great start, it becomes normal, and then it doesn't last. All right, so let's find out if this one gets my full seal approval, and we'll get out of here on Boss Bottled Beyond. Okay, performance. It's a 0 for me. And even I, a person who doesn't care too much about performance because I'll respray, 30 minutes has got to be better for a Boss bottle fragrance, especially with the notes it's carrying on here. I don't know if this is an eau de parfum concentrate. If it is, super disappointing on that. And I wore it 2 other days. and I still got that vibe. Now, don't get me wrong. This fragrance smells great from beginning to end. It's a great smelling fragrance, no doubt, but you will barely notice it because it dissipates so fast. Damn. I think they're a little heavier with the wood notes, a little heavier with the leather notes. It might have stayed around a little longer. But now when I smell it on my hand, I'm kind of getting more of a fresher, powdery vibe that I did, now it just comes to my thought that I did remember a little bit. It goes from being sweet, leathery oud that kind of smells like Ganymede in the beginning. Then it just goes to sweet and leather and oud, and wood, not oud. And then towards the end, when it starts to go away, you get this fresh vibe. So it has so much potential, just doesn't hang around long enough. So there's no check on performance. First impressions, out of this world. Loved it. Amazing. Fantastic. I thought I was getting Ganymede with a new kind of Ganymede twist with ginger, and a just sweeter version of Ganymede with ginger. No, that was it. In the opening, it was great though. Doesn't end up being that, but it definitely smells like it in the opening. So I'll give it a full check for really impressing me in the first impressions. What that means for you is, this is one you can spray right before you go in somewhere, or if you're about to walk out the door, you can spray this one. You know, it's going to be one that doesn't need time to get to smelling good. It already smells good. Okay, third box. Does the wifey like it? And does this give me compliments? Is it an attention getter? Is it a compliment getter? No. Wifey liked it. She didn't go crazy over it. And it's not compliment getter as far as I could tell. No reactions from nobody. It could be because the fact the performance was so bad, or it could be the fact that it's not really a standout fragrance and it's kind of generic. Okay, final box. How much do I recommend this fragrance to you? And is it blind bottle worthy? It's not blind bottle worthy. Get out of your head right now. If you're a boss collector, you're going to have it regardless, okay? If you got to have all new releases, you're going to have it regardless. But if you don't have the money to just spend on every single release, this is one I probably would say sample first. Don't buy the bottle just yet. But as far as my overall approval rating, I would give this about, out of 100%, I would say it's probably about a 60% approval rating. So it's not really a full approval. The performance is lacking. The opening is amazing. It has a great smell. It's just nothing really that wowed me. And I don't see that's something you can't live without. But if you're looking for a fall fragrance and you don't mind respraying, not a bad choice. Okay. That's all the time I got. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a beautiful day. And you know, I always tell you, babe, if you smell good and you feel good, then it's going to be all good. Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews is out.
Smell that, Fat Boy, ain't no shilling this set. Paid for the bottles, never ducked the debt. Authenticity, dripping every cent I get. Frauds need a